Welcome back, Gunners. I hope you're all having a great day right now. So, ton of knowledge with these last few vlogs. The support is overwhelming. It's awesome. I love that you guys are sharing these techniques. I love that you guys are watching these videos. I can see the significant amount of view increase with these 3 videos. I think you guys were just tired of me building cars all the time, and you wanted to actually see me drive. I tried to show you how to drive. I tried to show you with me driving on helping you at the same time. How's that? That's confusing, whatever it is. It's time to do some maintenance on PD. Also, I really don't like the way it handles, so I'm probably gonna do some height adjustments and then see what else I can get done from there to improve this car. Yeah, so right now, before this video even starts, we need to get those likes back up because it helps me with the algorithm. So like, keep going. All right now. All right, guys. All right, guys. Yep, all right, guys. All right, so. Okay, boys. You got something to say, 40?
Yeah. Hi.
Well, I tell you guys, this weather here in New York really sucks because of the salt that we use. Everything rusted out under here. Axles, the hind joints, everything. I'm surprised this car really performs that well and rides this smooth. So what I did was I just sprayed some PB Blaster on all 4 struts, and I'm just trying to get these threads to get lubricated so I can move this around. So I'm just gonna maybe lower the front about 1 inch and maybe the same thing with the rear. So I'm just going through that process. I gotta run and go get some oil. Let that PB Blaster soak in a little bit. Now it's good. See that? Functioning nice. Ain't stuck. So I sprayed the other 3 struts. I'm gonna bring this down about 1 inch. So whenever you guys are starting to deal with like some corroded coilovers, just start to spray the PB Blaster around here. It'll soak down and just go up and down. Take your time. You'll clean the threads. Let's drop this car. I'll let you know this, Gunners. This car rusted up real good. And this is where I messed up. I might have to put that strut back on. Oh no, I lucked out. I let that PB soak in there just to loosen these up, and it worked good. Easier than the front driver's side because I didn't let that soak, but as you can see, that moves well. So this PB is crucial. I don't know if the angle is right, but this PB is crucial, especially if you live in the Northeast, man. Our salt, our weather here just destroys the bottom of these cars. You should see some of the Chevys, some of the domestic cars. They rust out within a year, like fully rust out, like they're almost 50 years old. Hondas hold up well. No pun intended. I'm using my old math ruler. And I'm just gonna lower this rear a little bit more than that. Just about 1/2 inch. I was off by 1 inch. Pause on the other stuff. I'm not lowering the car that much, it's just way too much. So right there, about just past 1/2 inch. Right there. Let's see how nice. You see that PB Blaster got to soak in. Now this is much smoother to spin. If it didn't soak in, this would be a nightmare right now. And I'm done. So I lowered all 4. I'm gonna jump into the oil change, and that's gonna be fun because I get to give you some real gems. I want to try to prove something here, right? On ethanol, this oil breaks down so quickly, and it looks like milkshake after a while, right? So I think that's because the viscosity of some of the oil that we use isn't strong enough to hold up to the race fuel or basically anything past 93. So in this last oil change, well, after the dyno, right, and then just parking here, The ethanol ate up this oil and it just came out like milkshake. So I went ahead and got the cheapest oil I can find, and that's what I've been racing and driving on. And it's a Shell 1030, right? I'm going to check out how this oil is. I'm going to probably say there's about 300 miles on this oil, if that. The furthest I went was Jersey, and that's only 45. That's about 100 miles round trip. I drained this oil, and then I bought some synthetic STP. So, in my opinion, don't buy the expensive oil unless it's a crazy built motor, which means, you know, pistons, rods, and you're running maybe like a M1 fuel, M5, or nitro. But other than that, it's all about the frequent oil changes that you do to your car. That's the part of the maintenance. So let's drop this oil and see how it looks. Okay, held up. All right, very clean oil. Very, very clean. No metal shavings. I've got a filter in here. Held up great. Could have probably went another 1,000 miles on this oil, but it's good to do some maintenance. Not bad. Really good. Really, really good. You see how you can see through it still? Held up great. That's cheap oil. I think the case was like $23. So I picked up this guy right here. 21 bucks for 5 quarts. It's a full synthetic, and I'll see the difference. Now I know that if I drive the car further and longer, I've definitely got more than 1,000 miles on the oil. So I probably start to keep track soon and start changing it maybe at 1,500 miles. That's the way that your motor is going to last, is if you keep changing the oil. You see it's still thick, it's not watery. The fuel didn't break it down. That's because the oil changes are frequent. STP going in, full synthetic. If you're wondering, Rocky, why are you always running a 10W? It's because I like to have my oil a little bit thicker to give me more protection. Pause. I paused. So 5 quarts of this. I've got another half a quart of some Shell. I'll probably put that in there. It's about 5.5 quarts in the K series. So I swapped out the filter. Everything was clean with that. I ran it through a napkin, paper towel, check for metal shavings. Everything's money. Now, a lot of you are curious on what's this setup. Again, I know it's hard to go back to the playlist because you're just trying to keep up with current events. Basically, it's a bone stock K24A2, completely stock. All I did was put a 4-piston oil pump on it, and that's it. Transmission, absolutely bone stock Z3 transmission LSD. And it's got an Action Stage 3 with an aluminum flywheel, and that's it. That's the entire setup. The injectors are a little overkill, but they worked out great because I know I'm going to end up putting nitrous soon. 1300cc ID stainless steels. I caught them for a steel used, got them cleaned, installed them. That's it. Really, really simple setup. But before we start going on a drive and start downshifting, I kind of wanted to emphasize a little bit on the maintenance. So I think this oil will last almost 1,500 miles and swap it. You ain't going to see no huge difference in horsepower either, unless you're going to run something obnoxious like a 20 weight. But that's it. Turn the car on soon, check the ride height, and we'll start driving. Before I end this clip, my oil change is good, my suspension's lowered. Before I start getting into the driving, I wanted to say this. Thank you so much for the donations. I got up to about 515 bucks. So I'll add a few more dollars. I'll be able to get a Pro manifold, an Ultra. Honestly, I want to put an Ultra on here because I want to emphasize on air and show you guys how important air is. So we'll dyno. You guys know how much it made stock. I forget even how much it made stock. Somebody write in the comments how much did it make, because we gave away something. I think we gave away a cylinder head. I forget. I want to get a manifold. Thank you so much for all your donations, man, through my Cash App. You guys were great. I appreciate you tremendously. I wanted to give this clip to you. Not bad. Not bad at all. Much lower. Definitely much better. Definitely. That back is still a little high, that's fine. I've got some 23s for this car, but I like this right here. I like this. I like just that amount. When that tire, you know, when that tire grows, I don't think it's gonna hit here. So I like the ride height. What do you guys think? We're driving, Gunners. I'm just waiting for the suspension to actually set in. Let me put my seatbelt on, my bad. Just left the shop. I'm waiting for the suspension to actually set in. I like it a little bit. What I'm thinking it might be is, it might be the spherical arms in the front and rear. I might switch them over to like a hardened bushing, but so far so good. I like the ride height. Let's talk about a little bit of downshifting, right? When we're downshifting, we're just trying to slow, at the same time be able to have momentum. We're trying to slow the car down, but we always want to keep it in the torque. So when we're coming near a turn, or we're driving, and we want to slow down, we brake down, we hit the gas just a little bit. You don't have to rev it to damn near red line. Just tap like that. Let's turn this camera on. So you're just tapping like that. You're not doing much. You're not doing one of these, guys. You're not gonna do one of these stomps. You're not gonna go all the way down. You just maybe just let the weight of your foot control that downshift. We're gonna jump on this highway right now. I don't know if I want to flat shift or power shift. I'll probably just take it easy. We'll go through like 4 or 5 gears, and then I'll start to slow down. GoPro's running, and I'm jacked up on Mountain Dew, baby. Jacked up. There's always a hater. There's always a hater. Just a little love tap. A little love never hurt nobody. never heard, no, I never seen somebody say love hurts. No, it does. When you lose love, it hurts. It's just a little love tap when you downshift, and that's it. Just a little tap of the gas. Try to keep it around, you know, right below the last RPM you were on. Just try to do it that way. It's good. It also, like, you also won't kill like your brakes and stuff like that. All you have to do is go back into the lower gear. You can slow down much better also. The momentum from the motor is going to help you slow down quicker. I've been watching some of your videos, guys. You've been sending them. Get your hand off the shifter. I keep seeing you guys go like this. Don't do that. Go back to video 1. Hand positioning. Don't do this and then go like that. No. Stay here. Third is there. Pay attention. It costs nothing. Yeah, guys, I really did not like that ride, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure I hope I did a decent job explaining the downshifting part, but when I lowered this car, I think I just put a little too much weight on those hind joints. Now remember, with those spherical arms, they're kind of made to either go straight or on a lighter car. So I am going to swap these arms out. I'm learning more and more with the spherical stuff, kind of starting to believe a little bit of a hype on it. I'm gonna order some hardened bushings ones. All right, Gunners, I'm out of here, man. I want to wish you guys a happy 4th. I won't be posting for the rest of the week, which is tomorrow is Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back for Guncast Monday. Please don't forget to like the video. Like the video if you're enjoying the content. I am sticking my neck out for you guys so you could learn and not have to beg anyone for help. So with that being said, I love you guys, man. Thank you so much for the donations on the last video. Thank you so much for your support. Please like the video. My algorithm is growing. I'm almost at 30,000 subscribers. So with that being said, keep gunning.